Kevin Stefanski. It's time to free Shedeur.
How do you feel about your performance personally?
Obviously, I feel like I can improve.
The Cleveland Browns are setting Shedeur Sanders up to fail. Today's decision.
It's almost as if he's trying to get Shedeur injured.
And I'm outraged, I'm sickened, and I'm saddened. By the way, Shedeur continues to be treated in the National Football League, now by those sorry-ass Browns and sorry-ass Kevin Stefanski.
Kevin Stefanski. It's time to free Shedeur.
How do you feel about your performance personally?
Obviously, I feel like I can improve in a lot of areas. You know, like the same thing I said last time, walking off the field last game that I played in. And I'm just excited for the opportunity to get out there and play.
Check it out. For all the fans out there who think the Cleveland Browns are setting Shedeur Sanders up to fail, today's decision and game may be the proof that they needed. Because not only do fans think it's weird that Shedeur Sanders got taken out at the end of the game, but even some former NFL players are speaking out on this subject.
Damn.
Well, when it got to be the 2-minute drill, but the coaching staff said, nope, Tyler Huntley, you go in and you do the 2-minute drill.
Yeah, I didn't know I was out. Yeah, I didn't know. I was on the bike. I was powering up. I was powering up for that 2-minute drive because, that's just a situation every quarterback dreams for. That's many situations I've been in before, and I thought I was in. So then he told me I wasn't in, and I was like, okay.
Just watch what happened to Shedeur Sanders in the Cleveland Browns.
Kevin Stefanski. You know exactly what you were doing. Let's cut to the chase. Let's call it what it is. This ain't about football. This is about control.
The Browns want Shedeur Sanders to fail. The Browns. I'm not going to say it's the GM just yet, but I know for sure the owner and the coach do not want to see Shedeur Sanders succeed. Let's just put it out there. Let's just call a spade, and let's just go from there. Because we saw today proof that Kevin Stefanski calls plays differently for Dylan Gabriel versus Shedeur Sanders. Not only plays, but protections. Offensive line protections, specifically different for Gabriel than Sanders. It's almost as if he's trying to get Shedeur injured. I need Shedeur out of Cleveland because I don't think he's going to reach his full potential ever in a Cleveland Browns uniform under this regime. Did you all see the game today?
Third and final preseason game. And I'm outraged, I'm sickened, and I'm saddened. By the way, Shedeur continues to be treated in the National Football League, now by those sorry-ass Browns and sorry-ass Kevin Stefanski. So, yeah, Flacco started today, and I'll give you this, he played well. He was 9 out of 10 for 71 yards, threw a couple of nice balls, a good chunk of the fourth quarter, and it was a disaster, except for the very first play. Shedeur escaped right, threw a really nice ball up the boundary to somebody named Sal Cannella. I don't know Sal Cannella. I had to look him up to play. This is his fourth NFL team, bounced around minor league football. Undrafted free agent back in whatever it was, 2020, and unsigned as an undrafted free agent. Nobody signed it. He's not even listed on the Cleveland Browns depth chart at tight end. There are 4 listed right now on the ESPN.com depth chart, and he's not even listed. So he's at best the 5th tight end on this squad. Will he make the practice? I have no idea. I doubt he'll make the squad. But that's what Shedeur was stuck with. Shedeur obviously held the ball too long, but he's trying to make a play because he's trying to make a splash. He made a big splash in that first preseason game when everybody was hurt and they had no choice but to play him, and he lit them up. He shamed them in the NFL in the first preseason game.
I'll just say this. You better pray that Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco put your franchise back where it need to be. Because if it don't, Shedeur Sanders is going to haunt you forever. Forever. I'm not mad at the starting at Flacco. I'm not irritated with Dylan Gabriel because it ain't really got nothing to do with him. That's the organization and they BS. But just know, if y'all don't turn this shit around, your fans and most of the media gonna rebel because you didn't give Shedeur a fair shot. And that's all we ask at the end of the day. It don't matter where you drafted at as a fair shot. You ain't give the brother a fair shot. So when you sink, and all those fans that leave for Shedeur, don't be surprised. Cleveland, I'll just...
Browns are setting Shedeur Sanders up to fail. I just evaluate draft film, right? And I had Shedeur Sanders as definitely one of the more draftable quarterbacks in this draft class. I'll tell you this, he's got more of a chance to be a franchise quarterback than 5'9" Dylan Gabriel. But the difference in how Cleveland is handling these two quarterbacks when they took them not that far apart is very, very different. Today, Dylan Gabriel was playing on the field with Jamari Thrash and Deontay Johnson and Harold Fannin Jr., who are receivers and targets that are going to be out there even at times with Joe Flacco and the starters. Here are the three players that Shedeur Sanders was able to target in nearly a whole second half of action. Sal Cannella, Amani Marshall, and Travion Williams, who is a failed running back that has been cut by the Bengals of all teams. I mean, it's not a good enough supporting cast. His left tackle, don't even know his name, 54. His pad level was in Canada on some of these pressures and some of the stuff that was going on around him. And now, you know, Shedeur is in this situation where he is probably putting a lot of pressure on himself to make a statement in these preseason games because he knows he's probably not going to play otherwise. He took 5 sacks today. I'd say maybe 2.5 to 3 of them were his fault. 2.5 to 3 of them were broken plays that no quarterback would have had a chance on and probably would have gone down right away for less yardage. But regardless, it's kind of easy to understand where he's coming from and what's at his disposal. You say, well, Dylan Gabriel played better. Dylan Gabriel had significantly better supporting talent, which very much does matter, even though there are third and fourth stringers on the other side for the Rams. There were third and fourth stringers on the other side for the Rams all game. They did not play any of their starters. They played Dresser Wynn at quarterback. Shedeur Sanders is not being given a fair shot to actually, be the QB2 for the Browns, which, is fine, but are they going to keep him as the fourth quarterback on the depth chart? Are they going to cut him and let him go somewhere else that actually wants to invest in developing him as a backup quarterback? Because right now, the Browns are doing that with Dylan Gabriel, and they took him first, which is fine, but it begs the question we've had all along. Why'd you take Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round? Why put him in this situation where now you can see him pressing and failing in real time? When he showed in that Panthers game, he's a guy that has a little bit of talent, that is capable and deserving of a shot in the preseason. If guys like frickin' Clayton Tune and Mac Jones are still getting shots, Shedeur deserves that sort of opportunity to develop, and the Browns just aren't even giving it to him. And the best part is that they were so deathly afraid of this thing becoming like Tebow Mania that they took him out of the game with a drive left where he could have won the game with a field goal. Just leave him in, right? He's going to struggle. They were afraid he was going to go down and win that game. And that is ultimately why he came out of the game. Tyler Huntley completed a pass, and they ended up moving down the field and getting a field goal. But if Shedeur Sanders had gotten the field goal, the media would have been out of this world. They denied him the opportunity. They denied him the opportunity to make something of his day. They're denying the opportunity for him to develop. They don't want him to succeed. It is time for a divorce, whether it's the Rams, whether it's the Raiders. He deserves another opportunity.
Cleveland is flat out trying to humble him, break him down, and make him their puppet. They don't want a confident quarterback who walks in the room with presence, so they throw him in with the scrubs and then sit back like, see, he ain't ready. Meanwhile, Dylan Gabriel, Coach Stefanski's pet project, gets all the good looks, all the blocking, all the chances to shine. You give him fifth-string linemen who can't block a toddler, receivers who can't catch a cold, and then turn around and judge him for the results? That's not evaluation, that's sabotage. Eric Dickerson tried to warn us. This was never set up for him to succeed. It was designed to make him look small, to strip away his shine before he even got a fair shot. And you know what? I'd rather see him cut today than kept in this circus. Because when he goes somewhere else and lights it up, it won't just expose Cleveland. It'll expose the entire system that thinks it can play games with his career. Keep Gabriel. Keep your losing culture. Shedeur don't need you. History's going to repeat itself. The Browns fumble talent, and Shedeur will be the one who makes them regret it the loudest. Oh, and another thing, once Shedeur leaves that city ASAP, we are out. Deuces. Thanks for stopping by.